On tonight's edition of Size Eyes on the Skies,
we have some showers moving into western Iowa. I will tell you just how much you can expect later on this week.
And David Swanson's in the studio for your national forecast. All that and much more on this edition of Size Eyes on the Skies as it starts right now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV. Broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa, this is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest running television show brings you the weather around the country, in Iowa, Ames, and beyond. The Iowa State Meteorology Department's team of forecasters keeps you ahead of the next weather system. Size Eyes on the Skies starts now.
And welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. I am joined by David Swanson, and how are you this fine evening?
You know, not doing too bad. It was a little warmer than I was wanting today, but I mean, at least I didn't have to wear a coat yet this year.
Yeah, well, and then that looks like it's going to last for a while.
Yeah, at least for a few days.
Yeah, and does that nationwide? Does that look like this trend? Is it warm across, or is there any?
There's actually some winter weather watches over towards the west coast, especially in Wyoming. So they might be getting a good amount of snow next couple days.
Does it look like maybe that will work towards us?
I think there's a chance next week we might start to see a little bit of colder weather coming down, but it's not too sure right now.
I want some snow, David. I want.
Me too. You and me both.
You know, you're from Wisconsin. And
oh yeah.
Warm or cooler temperatures up that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fairly warm today, and I know the wind's going to be kicking up tomorrow. And Colleen Mehlburg will have an update on that in a little bit here with your Iowa forecast. But yeah, it's been pretty above average right now, about 10 degrees, I believe.
Yeah, 10, closer to 15, I think, here in Iowa.
And that's really unusual for this time of year.
Yeah.
We need some fall time. You know, if we're going to be in school, we might as well have temperatures that feel like fall.
Just waiting for Flannel Fridays and just want them to come.
Yeah, and we can't do that quite yet unless you want to, burn up with the heat.
Head out all day.
Okay, thank you, David. We're going to check in with Colleen Mehlburg. Is it going to snow anytime soon?
Snow, no. Rain, yes.
Oh, and in cooler temperatures and like fall weather.
Yeah, so by this weekend we'll be back into those upper 50s, so back to where we should be for this time of year. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's about time. No more of this 15-degree above average temperatures.
Yeah, so summer-like temperatures in October may be going away finally.
Hopefully you have a good forecast there for us.
Yeah, but if we take a look at today's headlines, I can show you what this week has in store for us. So we have some summer-like temperatures still hanging around today, but by Thursday, some storms roll into the area. We bring some heavy rain and a possibility of maybe an isolated tornado or some severe storms on Friday. And as that system moves through, cooler temperatures will be in for this weekend, so we're definitely feeling like fall. And by looking at that, we'll be definitely back to those fall-like temperatures, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thank you very much, Colleen. We're going to send it to our first commercial break. When we come back, David Swanson will have to take a look at your national forecast. And welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. Let's head over to the wall with David Swanson with your national forecast.
Thank you, Zach. Moving on here. Looking at the temperatures around the nation, you see we got a little bit of cooler weather up in the northwest, and then the rest, it seems fairly warm for this time of the year. Moving it down to the east coast, we got 60 up at Syracuse, 75 in Pittsburgh, 83 down in Washington. Moving down to the southeast coast, we got 77 at Atlanta, 75 in Little Rock, 81 in New Orleans. Moving a little across the country to the west coast, we got 71 in Santa Monica, 65 in San Francisco, 90 in Las Vegas. And moving up to this colder area of the country, we got 54 in Seattle, 56 in Salem, 56 in Boise. And moving in closer to our neck of the woods, we got an 83 in Des Moines, which is high for this time of the year, 80 in Kansas City. And taking a look at the highs today, 90 down in Dallas, 84 in St. Louis, 56, 54 in Seattle, as I said earlier. Taking a look at watches and warnings, really there's kind of a lot going on here, especially in Wyoming, we got some winter weather advisory over here, and that'll bring potentially some snowstorms coming down sooner or later. Looking at severe weather, today we don't really have much, but coming tomorrow we got a small area here in Iowa and Nebraska, which increases in size and moves a little eastward on Friday. Taking a look at clouds and radar, you can see we got some precipitation moving up through Minnesota, especially in the Pacific Northwest. We got some more moving in over Seattle, and then there's some small chances of precipitation down here towards the southeast. Taking a look at Futurecast, we got a low pressure system moving in here a little bit west of us with a cold front stretching across Denver and then stretching eastward towards New York. Moving into Thursday morning, the low pressure system moves a little more north, and as the cold front comes down, that will start to bring the precipitation that we'll potentially see later on. And here you can see we're starting to get some of that winter weather that has the winter storm advisory until Friday at 7 p.m. Moving into Thursday night, it moves a little more eastward with a cold front towards the east has moved off coast, but we have that warm front coming here with a little more precipitation, and then that other cold front moving slightly more towards the southeast. To Friday morning, moves a little more westward again, or eastward again, and then you see we have a whole lot of precipitation potentially moving eastward, as I've said. And into Friday night, again, moving more towards the east, and high pressure system coming down here to help get rid of some of that weather happening. Looking at highs tomorrow, looks like it's going to be another warm day across much of the U.S., but that cold from the Pacific Northwest is going to move a little more eastward, cooling down much of the country's temperatures. And our city of the week, we got Sheridan, Wyoming, which is in that winter storm watch area. As you can see, we got a 70% chance of rain, potentially mixed with snow tomorrow, high of 41, low of 39. Friday, that precipitation potential moves into 40%, and it looks like it's going to be mostly rain, but still chances of some snow. Moving into Saturday and Sunday, looks like it'll be sunny, and it'll start to get warmer as next week approaches. Oops.
Thank you very much, David. Let's go ahead and take a look at that trivia question, which David tried to give away there. On October 3rd, 1938, Iowa tied an all-time record temperature of how warm did it get? I can't read tonight, apparently. A, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, B, 96, C, 97, or D, 98. And we'll have that answer right after this commercial break. And welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. Let's recapture your trivia question tonight. Okay. On October 3rd, 1938, Iowa tied an all-time record temperature of October. How warm did it get? And the answer is C, 97 degrees. And with that, maybe Colleen Mehlburg can speak properly tonight.
All right, well, thanks, Zach. We won't be quite that warm here in Iowa, but temperatures are still pretty warm, mainly in the lower 80s and over in 75 here in Sioux City. But here locally in Ames, we're still hanging around about 83 degrees, 81 in Ankeny, and 81 over in Perry. So still very warm for this time of year since it is the 2nd of October. Taking a look at our clouds and radar currently, or current winds I should say. Winds are out of the southeast at 9 to 12 miles per hour, so picking up a little bit from yesterday as those winds were pretty calm and almost non-existent towards parts of the area. In clouds and radar, you can see where some of those showers are starting to move in towards western Iowa, towards Sioux City. Those will be pushing its way across the state tonight. We can expect maybe a few isolated showers in our area, but the big rainmaker for us, it will be happening tomorrow and into Friday as well. Taking a look at Futurecast, you can see where those rain showers are hanging out in northwestern Iowa. Those continue to drift off towards later tonight and into tomorrow. Maybe a few more showers pop up in northern Iowa into tomorrow morning. And as the daytime progresses, that cold front begins to make its way through our area, bringing some showers to northern Minnesota. And that cloud cover will increase for us, and maybe a few spotty showers towards late afternoon into evening hours. Some rain totals could be pretty heavy, and maybe a thunderstorm is also possible with this as it moves through. Taking a look at our severe weather outlook, as we move into like Wednesday and Thursday, the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a slight risk for severe weather. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that as it progresses. And into Friday, almost the entire state is covered in a slight risk. So there's a chance of heavy or gusty winds, some hail, and maybe that isolated tornado. But like I said, we'll be keeping an eye on that as the storm progresses. Overnight tonight, lows will be in the mid to lower 60s. 64 in here in Ames, and 67 in Des Moines. So keeping it pretty warm for this time of year. We'll be warming up to the mid-70s here tomorrow, 74 in Mason City and 75 in Sioux City. So definitely keeping us a little bit cooler, but still pretty warm. Overnight tonight, we'll see a low of 52, cool and clear, and those winds will be around north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Warming up to 76 tomorrow, but rain is in the forecast, keeping those temperatures down a little bit, and maybe some thunder as well. Those winds will be shifting to the south at maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour as this cold front makes its way through. As we know, there's a big game here for us tomorrow at Iowa State University. The Cyclones will be playing against the Texas Longhorns. Kickoff will be at 6:30 p.m. at Jack Trice Stadium. Temperatures will be comfortable, around 74 degrees, but you might want to bring a poncho with you as those rain showers are in the forecast, and maybe even a thunderstorm as well. As we move into our extended forecast, you'll see those showers on Thursday, about 70% chance, and into the evening. And on Friday, that's when the severe is expected for us here in Iowa. And so a 50% chance of that. Temperatures will be still warm, around 78 degrees. But as we move into the weekend, temperatures will be a lot cooler into the 50s. And then later into the week, we'll be warming just a bit back up into those mid-60s. But definitely cooler than those 80s that we have been seeing these past few days.
Yeah, I know all of us in the meteorology department have been keeping our eye on it tomorrow, well, mainly Friday, but then tomorrow sort of, has our interest a bit, but mainly Friday. And
mainly Friday, but for people who are going out to the game, that could be a damper if it starts raining. So,
which we hope not. Are you going to the game?
I haven't really decided. It doesn't seem like if there is this severe weather tomorrow, I feel like I'm just not going to have a great time. If they're going to evacuate the stadium anyway, I mean, I can just watch it at Mug Night,
Yeah, enjoy some fun that way. And are you going to the game?
I'm still torn.
Yeah.
It just depends on what it looks like tomorrow, because I'm personally someone who doesn't want to stand out in the rain in a game. So.
And I sold my
see.
ticket, put
Did you?
$20 in my pocket, and we're going to go thrift shopping now.
That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I decided not to take a chance, but I have a lot of homework to do too. So
Same here.
I'm going to just sit in my room, watch it on the telly, and
Sounds good to me. I might do the same thing.
yeah, I'm going to be a nerd, like our floor producer Clayton Short's calling me right now. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Friday. And the big discrepancy is how the models are handling everything right now. And
It's all about the timing of that front as it moves through.
And then since it just made landfall later this afternoon, hopefully the models will start getting more consistent now. And
We will definitely find out tomorrow and see what they're looking like for us.
hopefully it will go out with a bang, and hopefully that's how we'll transition seasons.
Maybe make another big October severe event to put down in the books.
And there's been quite a few. From 1980 to 2011, there's been 13 tornadoes reported. But there was a tornado, an F5 tornado, well, back then it was an F5, in 1966, and apparently 74, was it?
76, I think.
76, yeah. But yeah, so there was 66 and somewhere in the 70s. But
Somewhere.
yeah, so hopefully maybe we'll see some tornadoes on Friday.
You never know.
But until then, like us on Facebook. You can get it on your mobile device. It's really handy. But yeah, like us on Facebook. We update morning, noon, and night. And then until then, we'll see you next Monday. But from all of us here at Size Eyes on the Skies, have a great night.